When she first said those words to me, it felt like someone had pulled the ground from under my feet. We had been together for 3 years, and I thought we had built a foundation of trust and respect. But when I expressed my discomfort about her spending every weekend with her ex, she turned it around and questioned whether we should even be together. Her tone was calm, almost dismissive, like my feelings didn't matter at all. That night, I couldn't sleep. The thought of her laughing, talking, and spending hours with someone she used to love haunted me. I tried to convince myself that I was overthinking. She had told me many times that they were just friends, and that the relationship was long over. But no matter how much I tried to bury the thought, I couldn't ignore the fact that every Friday evening she rushed to get ready to meet him. She never looked at me with that same excitement anymore. It stung. My trust in her wasn't shattered all at once. It cracked slowly, weekend after weekend. The following Saturday, I decided to test her. Instead of questioning her plans, I told her I had to work late and wouldn't be home until after midnight. She smiled and said, "That's fine, I'll be with my ex anyway." My chest tightened. She said it so casually, like I should already accept this as part of our normal life. But the worst part, she didn't even bother to hide her enthusiasm. It was clear she wanted to be with him more than with me. Curiosity got the better of me that night. I drove near the cafe where she said they usually met. What I saw froze my blood. They weren't sitting like friends catching up. They were holding hands across the table, laughing like lovers. At one point, he leaned in and kissed her cheek, and she didn't pull away. My stomach twisted, and I felt my world collapsing. I didn't confront her right away. I went home before she returned, sat in the dark, and thought about everything. Was this the relationship I deserved? Was I so afraid of being alone that I allowed myself to be treated like a fool? When she came back later, she smelled of his cologne, and I knew my doubts were real. I stayed silent, but the fire of betrayal burned inside me. The next day, she acted normal, making breakfast and chatting about her plans for the week. I finally asked her directly, "Do you love him?" She froze for a second, then forced a laugh. "Of course not. Stop being insecure." But her eyes gave her away. They didn't hold the warmth they used to when she looked at me. I knew then that she was lying. I realized I couldn't let her keep disrespecting me. That evening, I packed a small bag and booked a hotel room for a few days. When she came home and saw my things missing, she called me in panic. I answered calmly and told her I needed space. Her first response wasn't concern, it was anger. "If you don't trust me with my ex, maybe we shouldn't be together." The same words again, this time harsher. I told her, "You're right. Maybe we shouldn't." And for the first time, I felt relief in saying it. She tried to guilt-trip me, claiming I was throwing everything away over my jealousy. But jealousy wasn't the problem. Betrayal was. I didn't owe her loyalty when she had already given hers to someone else. For a week, I ignored her calls and messages. She eventually showed up at my hotel, crying and begging me to come back. She swore that what I saw was misunderstood, that they were just reminiscing about old times. But when I asked her why he kissed her and why she didn't pull away, she had no answer. She broke down, admitting she still had feelings for him but didn't want to lose me either. That confession was enough. I wasn't going to compete with a ghost from her past. I told her calmly, "You already made your choice. You chose him every weekend. You chose him when you let him touch you. You chose him when you laughed at me for not trusting you. Now, I choose myself." Walking away wasn't easy. My heart still loved her, but my self-respect was stronger. I blocked her number, deleted our pictures, and moved back into my apartment. The first few days were painful, but with each passing week, the weight lifted. I started spending more time with friends, focusing on work, and rebuilding the confidence she had torn down. Months later, I heard from a mutual friend that she was officially back with her ex. It hurt a little, knowing she went straight back to him, but it also gave me clarity. She had been using me as a backup, keeping me in her life while her heart already belonged elsewhere. That realization killed any lingering feelings I had for her. Ironically, she reached out again after things with him didn't work out. She sent a long message saying she missed me, that I was the best man she ever had, and that she had made a huge mistake. I didn't reply. I wasn't her second option, and I wasn't going to let her walk back into my life just because she regretted losing me. In the end, her words came true. If I couldn't trust her spending weekends with her ex, we shouldn't be together. And we weren't. But the difference was, I wasn't broken anymore. I was free. That freedom was the best revenge I could ever ask for, because while she kept chasing the past, I finally moved forward.